Hi, so we are here standing in front of City Hall. This is actually the oldest city hall in America that's still a city hall. Of course, as New York expanded, especially after the 1811 grid plan that was an extremely ambitious kind of vision for what New York would want. This used to be the outskirts of the city. So the municipal building in the back serves as the main government headquarters, but the mayor's office is still here. Unfortunately, we can't get too close because in 2003 there was an assassination, I guess is kind of a strong word to use, of a counselor. So we can kind of see it from a distance, but the building itself was erected in 1812, designed by Macomb and Mangin, who are classically trained in Europe, and both of their fathers and themselves had other parts and other history of New York. Of course, as the center of New York's politics, it's no stranger to scandal. Mostly, the most notorious is the Boss Tweed case. Tweed was responsible for organizing basically a political machine. He would mobilize immigrants' votes to kind of corral the right people that he wanted into power. What eventually led to his downfall was the courthouse just behind that was projected to cost $350,000, and in the end ended up costing a cool $12 million. And one New York Times reporter who was slighted by Tweed threatened, kept a meticulous record of all his overspending, and even though Tweed offered him $1 billion bribe to not publish the story, he did, and he ended up going to jail where he died for 12 years. On the other end of the moral spectrum is the statue of Nathan Hale, who was a teacher from Connecticut and signed up when America was just on the cusp of revolution to be a spy. He was eventually captured by the British, and but the valor and just the composure that he showed on the day of his execution, saying, "I regret that I have but one life to give to my country," really affirms the kind of ideals that helped shape the beginnings of New York and the beginnings of the ideals that are still found in the Constitution, even though there are many characters like Tweed along the way that have also played a significant role in the story of New York, which just goes to show that New York is America at its best and at its worst. It's not a complete representation, but to this day it remains an icon, just like Hale himself.